welcome back to my bench. Well, today we got another FT757 to fix. Guy sent it in to me and he said that it does not transmit or receive. Then there's no lights in the front, and the only place that makes any noise is on FM. So let's find out. I got it plugged in over here, and we'll turn it on. And the meter went right up to high. Oh, it's on CW. Okay. He's right. No lights at all. And it does make some noise on FM, but makes no noise at all on AM. And the meter's not acting right. And it makes no noise on sideband either. Okay. Well, the on-air light comes on when you push the button and it pins, but that doesn't mean anything. Alright, well, we'll see what's wrong with it, I guess. Power off. So, where would you begin on something like this? Well, you always begin at the beginning. And the beginning of this is going to be check for voltages. Thou shalt check for voltages. First of all, we got to get it apart. These guys are not held in with too many screws, as some of them are, but we'll take this apart and we'll see. Let's see, there's those guys, and then there's a couple in the back. Yep. I've gone through one of these guys before on a video, which I'll link somewhere up, oh, I don't know, somewhere up there, I think, I don't know. Pardon me, still got this cold. Alright, those are those guys out, and disconnect the speaker. And this is the power bricks under here, and the switcher for the different bands is under there. And we got to get this guy off, but in order to get this guy off, we got to take the bottom part off too, of course, always. Well, this thing's been worked on a few times. These aren't the right screws. They'll do. But they're still not right. And 4 on the sides. Those guys, now you kind of gotta push, pull, and all at the same time get that off. And I think we're going to be working on the top one here. Yeah, I'm sure of it. Take this off. And this on this side. This on this side. This on this side. Okay. Carefully remove this, because you got wires dangling all over the place on this thing. Little bitty wires everywhere. Alright, well, it's got a replacement for the battery. That's fine. Let's see. We'll chuck that down in there. Alright, so I guess the first thing we got to do is check for voltages. Well, let's see. Take a look over here. Alright, let's take a look here at the schematic. I brought this up beforehand just because power comes in over here, comes into the PA unit, which is back here, which I don't really want to take apart if I can help it. It's, you know, we'll see if that works later. And goes out several different places, but I think the big place it goes out here, power switch goes out here, comes back in here. I worked on enough of these that I know some of these things that work. The inhibit isn't connected. Transmit 13.5 volts and 13.5 volts from there. So it goes at that J, I think that's a 6003. Alright, so let us, let's see, where it is at 6003 comes in, let's see, I want the local unit. This is called the local unit. And we got to find out where that, it's down here. I believe power comes in somewhere. I haven't been in this schematic in a while, so put up with me here, or maybe I'll just get rid of it in post. Let's see, where's the power? Ah, here it is. Alright, so the power comes in this guy, at least in this local unit. I just got a place to check power. Alright, so our power comes in right there and here. So I can't see what that says. That's, I think that's JP10. It's back here anyway, I think. Well, let's see, let's go back, take a look at it here. Board side, is that right there? Yeah, J10 and J11 right there. Alright, so we go down to here. There's J10 and there's J11. That's these two guys right here, and they're basically connected to each other. Alright, so let's take a look at, well, first of all, you have to give it some power. It'll probably help. Well, the fan comes on for a second. Let's see. Where can I jam it in there? Okay. So according to this thing, we should have power on, let's see, ground is 1. Probably the black one. Yep, that's ground. Pin 2 should be 13.5 volts. And it's 13.41. That's good. Pin 3 is push to talk. Pin 4 is 13 volt transmit. Okay, so I don't have anything there. minus 11.6 millivolts. Okay, so I got power on plus voltage on 2, which I should, and ground on 1, which I should. Okay. Okay, so, and there's nothing getting to the display unit. So the display unit comes off this same board, and it's down here. Whoops. Really probably should put my thing. Okay, so the display unit is this part here that goes out. And where does it get its power? Come on, David, get your brain working again. Gets its power from JP23, right there. I remember that now. Okay, this is 23. So, according to this, right here, I should have 13.5 volts on pin 2, which goes over this little 5-volt regulator. Which one's pin 2? Well, one of them's ground, 185 millivolts, minus 11 millivolts. 0 volts on that one, and 0 volts on that one. So I got no voltage there. Let's find a chip. What have I got here? There's a chip here, Texas Instruments. So I got 7 volts, 6.9 volts on pin 8, and I got no volts at all on pin 4. Well, okay, let's go back up here. Because it's not showing me any voltage at all. I really hate this, my thing popping up like that. Alright, so this pin 2 goes over to this 7808, which is the thing on the side. That's this guy over here. Well, let's see what we got over here. Pull this off, and down here I got 13.4, and coming out the top of it I got 8 volts. 8 volts, yes? Yes, 8 volts right there. That's an 8 volt regulator, so that's correct. Alright, where else can I pick this up at? Well, let's see. Right here, Q24. Where's Q24? It's got to be around this back over here someplace. Okay. There's Q24, and there's that D92. Okay, so Q24 is right back, right there. Let's see if we can get in on that a little bit closer. Will you focus? Focus! There you go. Alright, so Q24, and let's see, that is a what? I don't know, it's so small I can't see it. 2SA733, so it's emitter, I think emitter, collector, base. I know the emitter's on this side. So according to our schematic here, Yeah, it is a PNP cross D92, which is right here, up here. So this little mess right there. So on one side of D92, I should have voltage and a 6/10 volt drop. So, all right. So here's the anode side of it here, and I got 17 millivolts. Okay, what have I got on the other side? 9 millivolts, and the emitter I got -6 millivolts. Okay. 13 volts there. 8 volts coming out of here. Okay, where else can I check this voltage? I believe the voltage on these guys goes over to this plug over here, which is right there. Yeah, there's this pin 7's 13 volts, but is that connected? Let's see, is the second line from the top. Second line from the top. It's right there. So we go all the way over to here. It's right there. Down to there. It's right there, over there, and up to pin 7. Alright, so if we go to pin 7. Oh, which one's 7? It's not marked. Let's see. We'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's pin 7 on that one as -90 millivolts. That would be ABC. That would be your data band out if it's not 7 on that side. So let's go to 7 on this side. And that's 69 mil. I got no voltage there either. Whoops. My thing fell out. Try that again. I got no voltage at all on that 7, if that is 7, and I got 120 with the ground connected in there. So I got no voltage on that guy there either. So according to the schematic, where's my thingy? According to the schematic here, this comes out of pin 2, up to there, over to there, down to there, and I got no voltage there. But there's nothing between it, and that goes straight over to this connector over here, which you didn't see. Okay, what I was looking at was, this is your band data, where you plug in like the linears and stuff like that to make it work with a linear or a auto tuner or whatever. I got no voltage over here, which is connected directly to here, but I have voltage here on this 8-volt regulator, but I have no voltage over here either on the emitter of this Q24, which is right there. So something is messed up, but I have that voltage here. So I've got my voltage here, I got my 8 volts over here, so that's okay, but there's nothing between this going up here, right there, and coming down here. There's nothing. I got no voltage I got no voltage there. I got no voltage there. Okay. Something's messed up on the bottom of this board. So, I mean, probably got bad I don't know, bad connector? Whatever. Gotta take the board out and find out. Strange. Alright. Let's see. Take these boards out. You got to loosen up the fronts here. Let's widen this guy out so you can see what the heck I'm doing. Alright. So to take these main boards out, you gotta take this guy out and, ooh, like I said, Ben worked on before. Alright, take that guy and that guy, loosen them up, pull carefully. Well, you gotta loosen them up enough to get them out of here. Come on, that one is, alright. Anyway, you pull these out, and they'll come out all the way out to there. And you have to do this, trust me. Alright, that moves forward. Then you take these guys here. Did I guess right? No, I did not. There we go. Ooh, oh, that wasn't very tight. That one is. There we go. Alright, so we take those guys out of there. And then you take this one. This one back here. This one over here, and that should be all of them. You have to take this plug off. Be careful when you unplug these, they'll break. These things are fragile. Let's see, you gotta take this guy off of here. Taking these guys off is sometimes a little bit of a thrill too, because if you pull on these wires here, you're just going to rip them right out, so don't do that. Okay, that one's loose. This one's loose. I've disconnected the power and turned it off. And then we got to get this one out of here too. And this one here. Yes, I've done a few of these in my life. Okay. This I don't have to take loose, I don't believe. Alright, now, the reason you move this guy forward is because, well, it's best to take this guy off back here too, because it just gets in the way. Because the whole board, you pick it up, you slide it forward enough to get past all of these things that stick out the back. And you wiggle. Oh, for crying out loud. What are you? Oh, no. Okay. That thing was getting caught on there. Alright. And you wiggle it carefully. Like this. Get this out of your way, and you should be able to if you've, whoops, forgot one. Alright, you should be able to turn this board completely over like that. Okay. Okay, so we said that we had voltage over here in this area. So let's take a look and see what we got down there. Let's see if maybe this thing is... Alright, focus. Thank you. Alright, so let's see. Pokey thing. Alright, so here... Oh. Wait. Oh no, can Can I get in farther on that? Can you see that? I can see it, but can you see it? Come on. Oh, this won't quite focus that well. Let's see. If I can get enough light on it, maybe. Oops, wrong way. Yeah, look at this. Right there. That's a burnt trace. That's what that is. Ah! And where does that go? Well, let's see. That goes over to pin 2. That goes directly over to pin 2 of this connector right there. That would be J10 and 11 because they're connected together right here. So we come out of here, we go through a little capacitor of some sort. It says that there's a bank of capacitors here, but I don't see it. Well, it might have been a different revision for the board. Or no, it's not in there. Just this one capacitor. But it goes straight over. Nothing connected to that. Right to there, and then that goes up to right there, which is right there, which is that diode. Okay, so I think we might have found a problem. Well, do I want to go through the trouble or time or effort of cutting a trace to put in there? That's pretty... that would be the weakest part of that trace. Let's see. Can I actually fix that with a trace? Yeah. I don't think I'm going to. Straight traces are okay. Those curvy ones like that, when there's that much room between them, which is to say no room at all, no, I'm not gonna do that. So we're gonna put a bodge wire, jumper wire in there. And where's my bodge wire storage? Here it is. This stuff. Alrighty. So I wonder how this happened. I would think, well, maybe somebody plugged something back in the back of there that wasn't wired up right and just took that out. Because that goes, a little jumper right there, and it goes right over to that. I don't know. Good question. Of course, we don't even know if this is going to fix it. I can guarantee you not getting any voltage to that section is going to make it not work. Let's see. Where can I get for this? Well, this right here looks like a pretty fair place to put it on the end of that cap. That's a nice big chunk. That's soldered down good. Alright. And we'll just take it right over to there. right to there. Normally on something like this, this is a good idea when you're using wire wrap wire, by the way, which is what this stuff is. You can melt through that outer conductor. So you attach one end with your strip, and then you just melt through the outer conductor of this wire, and it'll be fine forevermore. Trust me, I've done this on a million things, and I've never had a problem with it. It holds just fine, and you don't take the chance of shorting stuff out. Like I said, normally I would cut a trace out of a copper sheet with a little sticky back and put it in there, but there is not enough room there for me to realistically get that in. Oh, by the way, on these things, let's see, widen this out a little bit since we're done with that. On these wire wrap wire bundles, I found a way to do this. Basically, you go and leave about that much, put your finger here, go back all the way around, wrap it through there, and it'll hold without unraveling all over everything. Okay. Unfortunately, I got to put this whole thing back together before I can even check it. All right. Very close inspection. You know what? I think I'm going to get rid of this because I don't like that thing flopping around in the breeze. There. I just want to get rid of this burnt trace altogether. So it doesn't go and short something out on me. Well, crud. Much easier said than done, actually. Hold your tongue in exactly the right place. Wow, those are terrible. How did they get so bent up? Well, they'll bend if you look at them wrong. Alright, so there's that piece. And cut this piece off too. Where it's actually burnt up from the board and flopping around, that's what I'm getting rid of here. Because I don't want to take the chance of it. Excuse me. I don't want to take the chance of it shorting out for me. Alright. So, oof. It looks pretty good. We'll take the meter here and put it on ohms's. There's my short. Okay, and we will check here and here where it runs past 0.4 megs, and here and Get you out of the way. Okay, good. Stay. And here, 400 ohms, that's fine. Probably something in there, but it's not a short, and that's all I care about. Yeah. Alright, and here, 160. But here and here, good. That's right. Okay, so, let's put this thing back together. First of all, let's pause that. Okay. Right. You gotta get all the little wires out of the way. And there are lots of them in this radio. And make sure that you don't have things stuck up underneath the board that you might actually need. All right. Oops, sorry. I bumped it. Okay. As many wires and things as they got in this thing, you'd think they could leave you just a shade more to play with. Alright. Then you gotta get that. All of these have to line up so that they fit in the holes back here. And if you do get it right, it just slides. Sure it does. No, seriously, it slides right back in there. If you get the... Well, first of all, you gotta get all the wires out of the way. There we go. Aha, see what I mean? Just slides right in quite well. And then you go through and make sure that you've got everything pulled out from underneath the board. All the little connectors. The rule in these things is if it doesn't flop down on top of those pins without any pushing at all, you got it wrong. Okay? So that's about right. That is right. Okay. Where's the cut yourself device? Want to put that away? Okay. Get some stuff out of the way here. Need all of this. Okay, there. More or less everything's put away. Let's put in these guys first. It's down, it's nice and solid in all four corners. It's not bowing in the middle. You do not want to pinch any of these wires into the bottom of this thing. Trust me, if you do, it'll blow something out and you'll be chasing it down for days. The way these things are made, it's really a kind of a cool little thing, but they got all these little wires, and each side of these little wires has a little arrow that points off in some other direction. Well, that some other direction could be anywhere, and it doesn't have a number next to them. You have to look it up on the schematic, and if you look it up on the schematic or the board layout, it has a number. Finding them is hell, so just don't pinch any wires. Speaking from experience. Okay, there's one. These corners ground. So yes, you have to put them back in. I do not like that method at all of using the screws to the chassis grounding device. To me is just not good. Okay. But I didn't design or develop this thing, so I was around, and I was doing electronics in the 80s, but I didn't develop it, of course. Alright, Yaesu Munson did it. One nice thing on these, the plugs are marked, and it's JP10, it says JP10, there's 10, but then it also says J20. This is actually 20. It's weird. They didn't, and they don't match. That's one thing about Yaesu. None of the the Q24 is back here. Well, Q22 is like in here. It's silly. They didn't bother to match them up. So we got what, 01, 21, 22. Yeah. So this, by the way, has the prefix of 2000. The bottom board has a prefix of 1000. So everything in the manual says 2023. Let's see, this goes here, and this is 19. It goes there. That's the only place that can go. This guy has got to get plugged back into here. Remember, these little guys are fragile. Be careful with them. If they break, you're not getting another one. You got to steal it off of some other device. Okay, so good. Put the 8-volt regulator back on. Okay. All right, I'm not going to put that top back on this thing yet. I'm going to hook the speaker back up. I'm just going to let it kind of sit here. We're not using it as a radio at this point, so I'm not worried about transfer. Well, we'll see how this works. Plug that there. Plug that there. Off. On. Yay! We have noise. And we have lights. All right. Oh, lock's on. Everything work? Okay, so let's see, 70, let's, 7070, what the heck, let's try that. Carefully, so as not to short anything out. I do have that hooked up, I got that hooked up. Let's try generator. AM. Yep, I think that works. So there's AM. FM. Yes! We got it. Alright. So it's working that way. Now let's put it on AM. Let's get on another camera. And we'll see what we got as far as if the transmit works. AM, crank it down, and we'll give it, let's see, well, yeah, we're on 7070. Alright, start. And MOX. Power. Nothing. Well, So what's the problem now? Let's see. I have no power. So if I have no power, that means I probably forgot or didn't plug something back in correctly back here. Let's see, that goes to there. Oof, do I have that thing there? Alright, that's... nothing. Okay. Is my forward reverse on correctly? I'm in forward, so at least it would show it if I had it. Alrighty, so we must have another little problem here. Wonder what? Always check and make sure you did put everything back right first. That looks good. Good, 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 good. What did I do wrong? I didn't do anything wrong. I'm gonna make sure I'm doing this right. Ooh. Well, the transmit light comes on. But I got nothing. None at all. So what happened? I don't know. Well, let's see. Well, I didn't know if it transmitted to begin with, to tell you the truth. Let's see. First local oscillator. I wonder if anything came out on the other side when I pulled it apart. Let's look and see. Okay. All of these appear to be in okay. Just unchecking these little guys. I think this is going to take a little bit of research. Okay, I found it. When I was pulling on one of the cables, it goes across from the RF board over to the other one. I pulled out a little bit. I pulled out this little TX over here. So I pushed that back in. And now, I knew it had to be something simple. Usually is. Let's see. So now, when I turn the drive down, put it on transmit, pull the drive up a little bit, there we go. There's about, I don't know, let's take it up to, there's 12 watts. Whoops. I forgot to push a button. Alright, pulled the drive up a little bit. There's about 13 watts. And let's see, 13 watts, and our frequency error for 14070, .99 kilohertz. Am I actually on? No. Whoops, I pushed the button. So let's take it back to 14070. That might help. Alright, there we go. Alright, back to power. That's about, I don't know, 5 watts or so. Let's give it a little more. Take it up to about 10. Frequency error. 0.02 kilohertz, so it's off about 30 hertz. Alright, I can live with that. So that's on AM. We know the receive works. Alright, let's turn it all off for a minute. Get it all sort of click and put back together. In order to do that, we got to turn it back over. Oop. Yeah. See, when I disconnected this one over here, it came out when I pulled it. That goes right straight down to the other one, so it just pulled it out. So in order to put this thing back together again, we loosen up these guys. Slide this back in. The wires get very, very, very tight on these things. They don't really give you much in the way of extra, that's for sure. So you slide this guy back till everything seats good. Screw it back in. Let's not forget this little guy over here. There we go. Put that over there. Put that over there. Alright, now we need to get rid of this for a minute. We need to put this little top piece back on, the shield. Okay. Shield goes this way. All of these wires over here kind of go through underneath, except all these ones that are on top. So they go all on the bottom except the ones on top. Does that make any sense? And they just a pain in the neck. And this guy slides, he says. Jesus. I'll tell you. All these little teeny tiny wires just get caught all over everything. Alright, so this slides like there. And this goes inside of there. You know you got it right when the crystal, this little resonator back here, or whatever that, I don't even know what the thing is over this hole. And these holes line up. Gotta get the battery out of there now. Okay. And once again, if you get it right, you'll know it, because the whole thing slides down nicely and there's nothing to keep it from smashing. Yeah, there we go. From smashing these wires in. Alright, so that looks good. Okay, now the screws that go on the side over here, they go through the side over here in a little hole, and they screw into this metal grid. They can't be too long, because they'll bite right into it, but they're self-tapper. They're these machine screws, or not machine screws, they're self-tappers. And your chances of getting them back in exactly the same hole that they came out of are fair but not great. Stick that under there. Everybody look okay? Alright. Now, when you do this, you gotta poke these wires here down inside of there without getting them caught. Make sure that these wires here are kind of tucked into here, and that you don't have any going under this shield. Wow, okay. Here, because they're all supposed to come out here. Because when you pull this away to work on it, all of these wires that come through this back hole decide they need to come out from underneath that shield there. So, using all four hands, you poke those in there. You can't really see them. Poke those over there, poke those over there. These have got to run across the top. That's just the way they work. And just when you're just about done, you have to plug in the speaker, which just sort of flops in there, and you put it down. Now, it ain't going to fit, of course, because the wires will be poking out back here. So you've got to get them inside like that. Make sure they're not smashing any between the front and the back, because if you smash that one, you're in trouble. And it should fit nicely. It's not. It's there. Now it is. The connector for the speaker was underneath it all, and it should sit down nicely and not press a whole lot of a distance. So then take that and screw it into there. Take that and screw it into there. Now that's got it basically put back together. You check the sides. Make sure there's nothing in the way over here, or over here, or on top. That's okay over there on that side. And then you take this guy, you plunk in one side. I generally start from over here because I'm right-handed, and you kind of snap it into place, and it should fit nicely. None of them I have ever seen did these holes line up perfectly. Not a one. They just don't. So, but they line up just enough to be able to get the screws in. And like I said before, if you have to force it, or if it smashes too much, you did it wrong. Okay? These are supposed to be black screws under here, but they're not anymore. Okay, and that one has been permanently stripped out for a bigger screw. Okay, and then you got the little guys on the sides here. If you look, you can see that plate actually right there. It doesn't, it shows from the side. If you see wires in there, you did it wrong. I think I forgot something. I think I forgot a couple of screws on the top board up there. I do believe. Fortunately, that's an easy one to get apart. These screws always line up good, if you did it right. So let's take this out. The reason I think I forgot one is because I got a couple of screws left over up here that I shouldn't have. So, yeah, I did. I did. So we got to go through that rigmarole again. Okay. Are these important? No. But should you do it? Yes. Why? Because we like to do things correctly. Alright, let's see. No pinchy. Alright, here we go with the four-handed wire tuck again. None of them pinched up underneath there, that's good. Get it down here about as far as you can. Plug in the speaker. Make sure the speaker doesn't sit on top of the shield. The speaker cable doesn't sit on top of the shield or it'll never fit. Turn it over. Poke the wires back in where they belong from the back, like that. Perfect. Put the two longer black screws up here. Not the little bitty short ones. They'll fit, but they'll only get about, well, maybe one thread. The short ones from the sides. And then the two longer ones in the back here. Alright. We know the receive works. We know the transmit works. I'm putting this thing back together again. Probably shouldn't do that because I don't know if it works. When you're testing these, make sure when you put it back together again that that linear button's not in. If that linear button is in right there, you'll fool yourself. The thing won't work. And while you're at it, make sure that the marker button's out. Alright, so power. There. Power on. Well, we have audio. Alright, let's take a microphone. Wow, how did I do that? Okay. Yaesu microphone. Plug it into here. Turn this up. Go to FM. Okay. Turn power down to squelch here. Hello. Microphone up. Do I have anything? Oh, there we go. And yes, we have audio. And hello. Right about there's about 5.5 kc. That's fine. AM. Yep. Okay. Turn it up. Hello. Hello. You can't really hear that, but I can. That works good. Alright, now let's see if I've got audio. Just basically I can understand this. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. I think I need to give a little more power than that. Hello, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, what am I doing wrong? Where am I on? Oh. if I turned it up. Okay, there we go. And that is about about 1 microvolt. So, yep, we got it. Now, let's see what it is. This way. Oh, I wish that was easier to turn. All right. That was about 0.25 microvolts. I can live with that. That's fine. That's on 40 meters. I'll bet you. Let's take it up to 28 something. 28070. Frequency 028070. Enter. And there we go, we still got it, and I'll bet you FM's even better. Oh yeah. Yep, 28 megahertz. Point. About 0.15 microvolts at 3.5 kc deviation. That'll do. That'll do. Let's see, just for fun and kicks. How can I do this? Well, I want this into the speaker. And I want this. Where is that? I know I got one. So I want to go, how do I want to do this? I want to go from yeah. I want to go the other way. Where are you? I want to go from here. Well, if we hold on, I'll be back. I found it. This thing. Alright, so we'll put that on there. We'll plug you into there. We'll take FM and put this on Synad. Put you on generator. Crank you up. Well, let's see. How could I want to be able to hear this? So I want right about there. Okay. Yeah, that's 1, 2, about 2.5, 3 kilohertz deviation, and we'll crank my power down. So point. There's 12 dB, negative 12 dB. 12 dB Synad with about 0.25. Oh wait, I was doing that wrong. Okay. Where'd it go? Right about, yeah, 12 dB Synad with about 0.25 microvolts on FM. It's fine with me. to you. That'll take care. Okay, well, it works. Hello, 1, 2. Yep, sure does. 1, 2, 3. 1 in, 1, 2, 3. You can't hear it because it's sideband and I don't have anything to measure that right at the moment. But anyhow, we got it. It transmits, it receives. We got numbers and letters and sound. All right, we got her fixed. Scared me there for a little bit when it wouldn't transmit, but that was just a loose wire. Anyway, hope you liked it, and if you did, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and ring that little bell so you know when I do something else. Hey, thanks for watching. See you next time.